Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video because ever since quarantine started, or not ever since quarantine started, but like towards the end of like April, so I don't know, kind of like middle, I started reading a lot more, which I usually don't like to read like at all. I'm just not good at finishing books. I love starting books, but I just can never finish them. But I've made it like my quarantine goal to like start getting better at reading. So I've read a couple of books so far since the end of April, and I'm gonna do a little bit of a book review for you guys, and I'll probably do these maybe like every other month or something because I'm gonna be reading a lot more, so I can give you little book reviews. Also, sorry if I look kind of weird. It's very hot out right now, and I'm in the sun, and I have nowhere else to film this. So, also, Sloan's being very annoying because I don't even know what she wants at this point. These are all books that I was personally interested in, but they're probably not going to be for everybody because, you know, a lot of people don't care about Quints, so, you know. So, the first book that I read, I don't have the cover for it. But it's called Time of Their Lives. It's by, I don't even know who wrote this. It's written by two people, John Nimmy and Stuart Foxman. So I thought this book was really good. This book is just about like the Dionne Quint story. It was published, let me check, in 1987, so it's a little older now. But it's also more towards like the Dionne side of like, I don't know, like the custody battle. So if you're looking for something that's more geared towards the Dionne side, I think that's a good book. I don't really know. I read this like a while ago. I've read a bunch of books since I read this one, so I don't really remember it. But I thought it was a really good read. I thought a lot of it was pretty accurate because most books that are reared towards like one side, like Dr. Defoe's or the Dionne side, tend to not be that accurate. I thought this was one of the more accurate, like one-sided books that I've read. I just thought it was a good read. And I think I rated them. I think I gave this one like an 8 out of 10. So yeah. I think it also had a really cool perspective of like before the Quints were born, like what the Dionnes were like before the Quints were born, and like also some like more intimate like Dionne family stories than like most books have, so I kind of like that. Okay, and then the next book that I read, I got this one for my birthday, so you might have seen it in my birthday vlog, but it's called Quints Two Queens. This is also about the Dionnes, and it's by Louise Corriveau. She was one of the Quints nurses. I thought this book was really good. The only thing is, if you're looking for like a Dionne book, this probably isn't the best one to read just because there's only one chapter that's about the Quints. But she is obviously a nurse, and she did a lot during her nursing career. So I thought this was really cool because I want to be a nurse. So I thought this was really cool, and I thought it was like very interesting, especially because she nursed like the Quints. She was also a nurse for Queen Elizabeth and like a bunch of really cool people. So, and I think she has a pretty interesting story. I gave this book also an 8 out of 10. The next book it's called the Morlock Quadruplets, the Alphabet Sisters, and it's written by one of the Morlock Quadruplets, Sarah. And I thought this book was really good. It's a really easy read. Like this is the words, like it's very easy to read, which I like because like I don't like reading books with like little words, so when they're big it's like the best. But I thought this book was really good. I like the perspective it was from because I feel like most books about multiples are just like about them and not like their story, and I feel like that's way more important than anything else. So I thought this was really good. I thought she did a great job of like describing her family and stuff, and it's also, their story is a lot like the Dionnes. They are 4 years older than the Quints, so yeah, it's pretty cool. I believe this is the only book written about them, but I definitely recommend if you want to learn more about them. The next book I read after that one it's called The Lives and Loves of Daisy and Violet Hilton. This is a set of conjoined twins. This book is written by Dean Jensen, and I thought this book was really good. I've never really read that much about Daisy and Violet, so I thought it was like fun to learn about something new. They have a really interesting story, also a lot like the Dionnes, with a lot of like childhood exploitation and stuff like that, so that was cool. They also have a lot of pictures, which I like. I like when books have pictures. I got the idea to read about them from someone that I know. Her name's Sarah Miller. She's also an author, and which I'll talk about her in a second. I got the idea to read about them from her, and I definitely recommend reading about them. The only thing is, she said that a lot of the books are not that accurate, including this one, so it's not completely accurate, but it's definitely entertaining, to say the least. And, oh, I forgot to say, I gave the Morlock Quadruplets books a 10 out of 10. That was amazing. And then I gave the Daisy and Violet book a 9 out of 10. And then the next book that I read is The Miracle and Tragedy of the Dionne Quintuplets. This is written by Sarah Miller. And I read this before, but it was really good. I think this is one of the most accurate books about the Dionnes that I've ever read personally. She definitely did a lot of good research about it, or about the story, and she definitely knows a lot about the subject. I think she did a good job of explaining both sides of the story, still being fair. But yeah, this book is really good, definitely well researched, and I would recommend. I gave this one a 10 out of 10. Perfect. I also got an advance copy of this book when it first came out, so shout out to Sarah Miller because she's an amazing author. Okay, the next book is, it's little. This is Helen Keller, The Story of My Life. This was written by Helen Keller, and it's a really short book, and the words are kind of big, but yeah, it's really nice. I thought this was a really cute book. For me, it was a little bit hard to like follow along with. I don't really know why, but it was like really good, and I would recommend. I don't even know when this book came out. Like, this is a really old book. It was published in 1902. So, yeah, but it was a really cute book, and I thought it was cool to hear from her perspective, and she did a lot in her life that I didn't even know about. Like, she was a very successful woman, being deaf and blind. I won't be able to do half the things that she did in her life, and I can see and hear, so love that. I gave this book an 8 out of 10. Okay, and then the last book that I'm going to be talking about, I've started reading another book after this, but I haven't finished it yet, so I'm not going to do a review if I haven't finished it yet. So, this book is called The Stranger Beside Me. It's by Anne Rule, and it's about the story of Ted Bundy. If you aren't familiar with the story of Ted Bundy, he was a famous serial killer back in, like, the 70s. I think that's, like, his main time. But this book is very interesting, and it's from a very interesting perspective because the author, Anne Rule, was one of his very good friends before he started killing people. So I thought this was really cool. Definitely a very interesting perspective. She was able to see a very different perspective than most people see in like the media and stuff about him. So I thought this was very cool. Also, she's updated it a couple times since she published it. The first time she published it, Ted was still alive, and then she republished it, I believe, in like after he died, like a couple months after he died, and then again in 2000 and again in 2008. I thought this was a really, really good book. It was addicting. I literally could not stop reading it. It's really long, especially compared to my Helen Keller book. But I thought it was really, really good, and even though it's long, it's so like hard to stop reading, so it doesn't even feel that long. And I would definitely recommend this book if you're interested in this kind of stuff. My whole family's like obsessed with like serial killers. I know that sounds really bad, but like I don't know, like my entire family, like we're like known for watching like the ID channel on like TV, if you know what that is. It's like, I don't even know what that stands for. I don't know, but it's like a murder channel. Anyways, I got this from my sister, and our family just like really likes these kind of books, so I just like them too, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, the last book that I'm currently reading is called Reading Jackie, and it's about Jacqueline Kennedy. So I'll do a book review about this in probably a couple months when I finish some more books. So the video can be longer than just 3 seconds of me talking about this, you know? That didn't make any sense. Okay, it's so hot out, like I'm sweating so much. Okay, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I really love reading now, so watch out for more books or more videos like this in the future. And I hope you enjoy, and I hope if you don't like reading that much, this gives you some motivation to start reading more, because reading is fun. Anyways, I sound like a loser. Okay, bye. Thank you guys for watching.